Hey everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we are starting some work on some porch column repairs. So this porch column is probably 15 years old. We had rebuilt this porch many years ago, and the original porch columns had gotten old, gotten wet, and we decided to replace them for structural support because it has this full overhang and the bottom part needed to be completely rebuilt anyway. So what we've got going on is the new boards are made of wood and they're pieced together, so they have started to delaminate. So we're gonna fill this in with caulk. We've tightened them up with construction screws, and I'll have him go back and try to countersink those a little bit so we can fill that. And rather than replace the entire post, because this is the only one that's bad at the bottom, we're wrapping them. So a lot of people are wrapping these turned columns with lumber just to have the square look. And I said, why don't we just wrap the bottoms only? So this is what we're doing here. He's doing mitered edges around the outside measurement. We'll fill all the nail holes. He's using finish nails with this. You can use a air pneumatic stapler if you like. And with that mitered edge, it lines up really well. We have a PVC spacer on the bottom because this area gets wet. We're gonna use some type of quarter round made of PVC for outdoor purpose on the bottom here and here, so that no snow sits on that, and then it covers up that bottom PVC section. So we knew from doing this work a long time ago to raise it up to not have contact for any moisture on the bottom of your post before you install it, and on the inner part. This is hollow in the middle. It's basically 4-piece construction. Prime and seal all of that for weatherproofing and get it coated so that this doesn't happen to you. Now basically I think what he did was he did not get the inner part primed, so I think because the snow sits on this step the most, it's basically getting water up in here, and a lot of times this post is covered in snow. We try to keep it cleaned off, but we're not always here, and clean them up the best we can. So another option is to cut out this bottom section and replace this part only. As you go around, the wrapping is a lot easier design to do. You don't have to do the mitered edges. He likes the look of that, and it'll help kind of hide this seaming section, because otherwise he'd be going into here and we'd have, you know, all these seams lining up. And as much as we tried to push this together, we'll caulk that. Construction screws grab the best, and the head has this star bit. That's why it's a construction screw. They're real coarse and they can grab and just kind of pull everything together. And then this gap, like I said, will be hidden with the quarter round trim, just like you do your baseboards. Like if you take out your carpet and you've put in like laminate vinyl flooring in your house, that is going to fill that all in. So I'm gonna let him get that one done, and then I'll show you this one from all the cutting to the end.
make that one a little longer and use this one in the middle.
Now make sure when you're nailing that you're using either aluminum or stainless steel nails. On the bottom trim we're using galvanized so that they can sink into this wood and be rust proof. And then you can see here where he was tapping, that countersinks the nail head a little bit. And then with the white aluminum nails, we're just nailing flush, and then the paint will cover that up.
That one was perfect, so we'll copy that one.
So this is the exterior putty hole filler I like to use, or wood filler. It can be used in things other than just wood, so it's really good. It's just powder form. You add a little bit of water. That's why it's called water putty. It's water soluble. And you just mix it up to the consistency that you like. I like it a little thicker than a mud, so it doesn't just like fall off the stick. And you can add back and forth more water or more powder to get it the consistency that you like. But I've done up to like 1 to 2 inch holes with this and had really good success. There was a video recently on our woodpecker problem, and I was filling his holes, and it really worked well for that. It holds paint well, it doesn't shrink. So it's what I recommend using. And this big container is probably about $10 versus the little small tub for, you know, $6 or $7 that is not for exterior. And you can use this indoors or outdoors. So that little bit, I mean, this can last me years. They do also have it in a smaller container if you're not using it a lot, but this says 4 pounds. I think the other one's probably 1 pound. And isn't he a handsome lad? Now he's a really good finish carpenter. You saw that in that one clip he was using the edge of the chisel. It's got a sharp edge on it. You can use a rasp or a file to get these nice and flush. So if there's like a little gap here, I'll use that wood filler in there. Paint will fill it to some point, but you can see, you know, then it ends up opening up with expansion and contraction of the wood, where here with the PVC, that's not going to change. So it'll fill in anything like that. The miter saw, the power miter saw, works best for this kind of cutting, but you can use a miter box with a handsaw, and that'll work really well for you also. So as you can see, we got the porch posts all finished just in the nick of time because we got hit by some snow late last night. Essentially, we had a good 2 days of warm weather for cutting and mounting, and this is why they went bad. This little bit of overhang, it just is wet all the time from the roof, and there's just not a good way around it. And this PVC bottom and having them all sealed with paint on all the cuts all the way around is going to help them last so much longer. They look great. Our repairs were just a few dollars, and we did it all by ourselves. So happy holidays to all of you. Thanks for watching and have a good winter. Bye.